Hi. So today I am here to talk about Supernatural. I'm kind of biased with this show because, like I've mentioned before, it is one of my favorites. I've gotten a Supernatural one, which is one of my favorite shows, and I'm just going to narrow it down to season one instead of the entire series because I feel like that in itself will take about 24 hours because there's 15 seasons and there's so much to talk about each season. I'm going to try not to spoil it for you guys because I know some of you haven't watched it yet, even though you've had like 18 years to watch it because it premiered in 2005. So you guys are kind of late. But out of respect, I will keep spoilers to a minimum. So the pilot, it opens up with a cute little family, two little boys. One is a baby, one is about 4. A mother and a father about to go to sleep, saying goodnight to the baby, and then within about a minute to 2 minutes, all hell breaks loose. That cute little family quickly becomes just a father and the 2 boys. They lose their mother. I won't tell you how. I won't tell you any details because I feel like that's kind of like a major spoiler. But to go on for the rest of the story, you kind of need to know that fact. So it fast forwards like 20 something years later. And so Dean finds Sam and tells him,
Dad's on a hunting trip, and he hasn't been home in a few days.
You may be asking, hunting trip? Nope, not that one. So they are called hunters. So the hunting in being hunters is hunting monsters, hunting ghosts, hunting anything supernatural. Sam and Dean go out, try to find their father. Sam is reluctant at first. He wants just normal life. He's going to college, has the girlfriend. Something bad happens to Sam too, and that lights a fire under him, and he's out there with Dean.
We got work to do.
They're trying to find their father and killing everything along the way while they try and do it. While trying to find what killed their mother. And what's fun about this show, yeah, I know, there is something fun about this show, is I started watching it with my mom. And granted, we were a little behind the first time we started watching it. I used to see previews for it on TV, but I didn't have the network it was on. I only had Netflix. I saw the description of the show first on my own, and I thought to myself, remember to tell mom this. My mom and I always watch scary things together. So when I was spending the night at her place one night, I saw it. So I told her. So we watched the pilot together. We were immediately hooked. And we had a favorite, and it was perfect because there's Sam and there's Dean. She called dibs on Sam. I called dibs on Dean. Each had a brother. Not that that's very important to this review on the show. I'm just pointing it out that, everyone has a favorite to the point of really, really having a favorite. My mom got me Dean, and she got herself Sam. So season 1 reminded me kind of how the X-Files was, which is kind of perfect. I think that's what drew me to it originally, is the style of it seemed very X-File-like. And if you look at the credits, if you look at who directed it, they had Kim Manners as a director for a while that came from the X-Files. And have I ever told you that is also one of my favorite shows? I will go over that one soon after Supernatural. So get ready for that. Get ready to go back to the 90s. But not right now. So season 1, there was some setup here and there with the overall story of Sam and Dean. But I feel like that is the season where every episode seemed like little mini movies. They were little mini stories that weren't really connected to each other. I feel like that's the one season you don't really have to watch in order until you get to the end. So the pilot is really important because that is the setup. You can watch it whichever order you want. I feel like after that to about maybe episode, I don't even know. I don't want to give a particular episode because I feel like you still learn about them. You still learn about their relationship with each other. So they sprinkle in a little bit about their personalities here and there to keep you invested, keep you interested. The last 4 episodes really hit hard with carrying you into season 2. Even though I just said that, I do recommend watching it in order, at least if you're new to the show, because there are times here and there where they get close to finding their dad, or they just miss him, or vice versa. Like, he gets close to them, they don't know, they get close to him, he doesn't know. There's a lot of going back and forth. So that is kind of fun the first time around. But I think that is what drew me to it. Just the style, just their storytelling, the brothers, even their dad. There's a lot of good things about this show. And I feel like I knew I was going to go into this review praising it. I don't know if there's anything negative I can really say about it. Every show has a rocky start for their first season. But oh man, does it have a lot of good stand-alone stories. It keeps you going. It keeps you wanting to watch. So if you are at all interested in watching this, I highly advise it. If you like supernatural, if you like werewolves, if you like vampires, if you like anything to do with anything, give this a shot. I highly recommend it. And there's these guys. So I highly, highly advise this show. If you haven't watched it yet, watch it all the way through. If you have watched it and kind of feel like watching it again, go back to it. Maybe watch it in order if you want to. But like I said before, you don't necessarily need to. I always do, but you don't need to. That's the beauty of season 1. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Believe me, it was so hard to not spoil anything. And it's so much fun. Season 1 is like the kickoff to a whole world with the Winchester brothers. If you guys have any questions about it, please ask me in the comments. I will go on endlessly about it. If you want me to review any particular episodes in season 1, I will do that too. Just a chance to dive in deep into a particular episode. I will be all for. But until then, I'll be doing season by season review, and the further along I get, the more detailed I'll get. Because really, with season 1, it was just a little bit of setup with a lot of fun individual stories. But season 1 did end on a big cliffhanger, so prepare for that. If you decide to watch it on Netflix for the very first time, and you're getting to episode 22, which is the last of season 1, maybe have enough time to go into season 2 of episode 1. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to save the rest for season 2. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.